Hey world, how are you doing? Welcome to another video. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling inspired, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling healthy, I am feeling good feelings. Yeah, love is such a beautiful thing, especially if you love yourself even better. Hmm? Yeah, so my name is Lynn and this is Lynn's World. I'm from Uganda, if you don't know, and it's your first time to see me. Welcome to my world. And I also want to let you guys know that we have a new YouTube channel, and on that channel we are going to be talking about the most random things on our mind. So I expect you to find it. Let me see who finds me first. Let me see who finds it first. As random as possible, like there is no editing. I'll just put it just the way it is. Like I can think about something if I'm in a toilet or in the bathroom or in a restaurant or somewhere random, and then I'll just talk about it and just call it a video. So find me there. Anyway, today let's talk about the length or the extremes we go to pour into other people's cups even when ours are empty. Yes, let's talk about, and if you see what is holding my phone, then you'll understand why I'm saying I'm in a good mood. Yeah, so I realized for the couple of years, like the older you grow, the more you see life more clearly, the more you understand life better, the more you understand people, and the more you actually accept certain concepts, certain reactions, certain actions from the people. And then it's the more you lay back and allow things to be the way they are, like allow things to flow. So when you're growing up, especially when you're growing up from a household that I grew up in, most people grew up in those kinds of household, but that is not an excuse for us to be this broken. Yeah. It's not an excuse for us to be this broken, but also we can't dismiss that. So you realize that when you're younger, you're trying to be perfect for other people. You're trying to be perfect for a man, for a woman, for singers, for your parents. You're basically trying your best to be accepted, to be allowed, to be celebrated. Like you do way too much than you should, so that people should accept you. But in actual sense, most of those things that we are doing is doing things from a trauma response or childhood traumatic experiences. For example, in my case, I've realized that most of the people that I've dated in my life, if not all of them, have been out of traumatic experiences. And I'm not shy to say it, because I've realized I've dated the same person in different bodies forever. Like you date somebody who treats you the same way the other one treated you, the same way the other one, like the patterns are very clear. Like you realize you in that relationship you are doing too much. Now when I'm talking about a relationship, I'm not talking about only romantic relationships. Like this is on a general scale. You realize, but let me use myself as an example. I've realized that I used to date people from a traumatic point of view. Yeah, I might have loved them, I might have actually liked them, but then given the circumstances that I have now and the circumstances I had then, would I date the same people? Heck no. Like 1,000 times percent no. Hear me out. Hear me out now. Hear me out. The thing is, I've realized that in every relationship that I was in, I was always the one calling first. Like really, always the one putting in more. always making the plans. Let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. Because I wanted to look important, to feel like I'm useful in that relationship. And I realized, like, I would apologize for things I didn't do. I would listen for way too long. Like, I would stay in a relationship for way too long than I should have, even in friendships. Like, I remember I had a friendship of like 7 years, and then eventually this girl was always telling me, but Lynn, people ask me how we are friends and I also can't tell. You guys, this girl would literally say, I don't know even why we are friends. When I was young, I didn't know what that actually meant, what she was trying to mean. But now that I'm older, now that I've processed it all, she meant a person of my caliber should never have been friends with a person of her caliber. She had a very nice job. She was very beautiful. And my insecurities were up here. So every time I was trying to spot out the things that I didn't like, because I was afraid of being rejected by her, by them, or those ex-friends of mine. I was always on my best behaviors with them because I didn't want them to leave me alone. So I ended up, they could call me like at midnight. Lynn, I used to sleep, like when I was still in a hostel, I used to stay in a Stenson. Those who are in Uganda will understand what a Stenson is. Like, I used to live in the city around, so my friends used to live a distance above. They'll call me, then can you bring me pork? And I would wake up and go order for it, wait for it to boil, and get on a board and take it for them. And take it for them. And then they had the audacity to talk to me anyhow. Like, they would tell me, they would actually tell me anything and everything they felt like, in the most disrespectful way possible. I remember one time I had that same particular friend. I told her, would you please give me a loan? I need to buy medicine. And she goes, well, I told you not to date broke boys, but you keep dating them anyway. You forget that your network is your net worth. It was hard for me to swallow, but on the other hand, she had some ounce of truth. I shouldn't. So the patterns went on. Like, they would come to my house and wear my shoes or my clothes, and I would never complain. But if I do the same to them, then eventually, she's bad. And then there's this one particular time, the time that we actually, ran out of each other. Then I go, guys, when I remember my life, I was so needy. I was so needy, and that was embarrassing. But now that I know better, I know when I'm not needed. And then I remember the longest relationship that I was in, the longest I've actually ever been in my life, lasted around 5 years ish, around 5 years. 6. But I remember in that relationship, there's a time I got to, and I could feel in my bones that somebody is with me because it's convenient for him. Like, the relationship lasted that long because I was convenient. Like, he didn't need to do my nails. He didn't need to do my hair, pay my rent. He didn't need to do anything really, except for a few times I would be like, oh, I'm sick, I need a little bit of help. And then I would have to wait for that. And then sometimes it would come, sometimes it wouldn't. But because I needed a safe space to be, the relationship lasted that long, guys. And then every time I wanted to put in a suggestion, And not to bust around or to, most times I am right. Not all the time, but most times I'm a Cancer. If you don't believe in astrology, that's fine. That's okay. I don't believe like worship astrology or breathe astrology, but a few things that happen in life, sometimes I know things before they even happen. I feel people's feelings. I see people's souls. Like, I can even know what you're going to say before you say it. I can feel energies. Like, I can feel things. I don't know if somebody can relate. I don't know if you can relate, guys, if you've ever been in that position where you can actually feel people's energies, but you can even tell them or warn them about something, but you are going to fall into the same problem that you saved somebody from. I remember in school, I would tell people to read about particular topics, and they would read those topics and they would pass, and I would not. So same thing. Like, in that relationship, I was just tolerated. So, and that is what is helping me heal every single day of my life. Like, when you realize somebody was tolerating you because you were easy, because you made it effortless. Yeah, effortless. And they were busy looking for somebody more submissive. Because of your traumas, you became more protective, you became more masculine, you became more like you're on the edge all the time. Like, you are on the edge all the time. So the tension could transfer from me to the people around me. And then, you'd go out of your way. Oh, you don't have shoes? I got you. You don't have this? I got you. You basically, you become the man. Now that I remember those things, I was just doing too much. And then I don't like talking about my family, but I have people that were really so close to me. I love them so much that I never wanted them to go through the same things that I went through in particular phases of their lives or particular parts of their lives. And then I would make sure I'm the one who knows who is sick, who is doing what, it's embarrassing. But anyway, all this is to tell you that people know exactly what they're doing. They know who they want. One time I was dating this somebody, and then we were joking one time, and I asked him, so when you look at me, do I look like the type of girl you were dreaming of before you met me? I know that is a stupid question, but girls, please do take note and ask that question. So I asked him, do you think I'm, what is your type of girl? And this man goes ahead to tell me, my dream woman before I met you, my dream woman was a slim, tall girl. I don't mind about the color, but if they're light, even better. Just skinny girls. My dream was a skinny girl. Guess what, guys? After, I think this person had broken up with me for like a year or two before the actual breakup. In his heart, because I could tell, I could feel it. I think then he started seeing that person maybe a year or a year and a half before our actual breakup, because I was staying a distance, and so it was easy for him to see this girl. Guys, guess what? Yeah, I found out about the girl. Not that I never stalk my exes, be it ex-friends or whatever. I never stalk anybody for that matter. I never, ever stalk anybody. But for some reason, the picture pops up with this girl in the same places I used to take him. Where was I? I've forgotten. My daughter just interrupted me. But anyway, I was saying that this person had probably been out of this relationship for maybe 2 years before the actual breakup, but he was looking for the perfect excuse to use to break up with me. And then I just find out that he's now with his type, yeah, in the very same places that I forced him to go, but then he was there willingly. So it all goes to tell you that people know exactly what they're doing with you or for you or against you. So don't do too much to prove yourself, because hey, if I did everything that I did for my past relationships, situationships, friendships, jobs, I would be too far. And that also includes people I meet along to do content with, people I meet to interview. If I had poured a lot of love into myself, like the love I've poured into, other people, my cup wouldn't be quarter empty, like almost empty. But all those things said and done, I am really still very grateful that I get to live life and face it in its truest form, and accept that yes, I might have abandonment traumas, so I always did too much because I never wanted to be abandoned, and I'm healing from that. The fact that I have been single for the last 2.5 years now makes me very proud of myself. It's not because I don't get people to hit on me or to there, but I just remember to give myself time to heal, and then that when the next person comes into my life, they're not going to get a broken lady, they're not going to get a broken partner, they're going to get a partner who is fully healed, whose cup is full, and I hope yours is full. Damn it. So it will feel like a balanced place where you feel like you're the lady and not the man, where you feel like, and this applies to every friendship. Some of you are in friendships where you're clearly not needed. You're clearly not needed in those friendships, but you are still there. Yes, you are there in those friendships that you are not needed. Some of you are on a job or jobs that you don't love, and you know they don't like you there, and you know that they're almost firing you, but because I need my job. Yes, you need your job, but did you know that you can always find a job? One thing I've realized is when one door closes, I promise you 100% another one will open, or the ventilators or the windows, something will open, and I trust that it is always better than the previous one. Yeah, so don't be stuck in situations on a job when you can just move. Guys, I've talked too much, but remember, in your communities, do what you're supposed to do. Don't do too much. Too much will drain you. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to tell you. I hope you have a great week ahead. And I'm excited for what is next. Bye.